Forget everything you've been told about crash diets. The quick fixes, the magic teas, the 30-day transformations, none of them hold the secret to real, lasting health. They promise miracles but deliver exhaustion. They tell you your body is a problem that needs to be fixed fast. But the truth is, your body doesn't need punishment, it needs partnership. Real change doesn't come from starving, skipping, or shaming yourself. It comes from respecting your body enough to care for it the right way every single day. The journey to maintaining a healthy weight is not about perfection. It's about consistency. You can't outsmart your biology with shortcuts, but you can work with it by creating routines that serve you. It starts with small, repeatable choices. Drinking water before coffee. Moving your body not because you have to, but because it feels good to move. Choosing whole foods that fuel you instead of foods that drain you. You don't need to overhaul your life in a day. You just need to keep showing up. Progress doesn't happen in the extremes. It happens in the everyday moments when you decide to keep going, even when no one's watching. Let's talk about balance, because it's the missing piece in almost every diet conversation. Balance is not about restriction, it's about permission. Permission to eat the cookie without guilt. Permission to enjoy a meal with friends without mentally calculating the calories. Permission to rest when your body asks for it. Health isn't about saying no to everything. It's about learning when to say yes with intention. When you give yourself grace, you stop swinging between control and chaos. You start living in a rhythm that your body can actually sustain. And here's the truth. Maintaining a healthy weight isn't just about what's on your plate, it's about what's in your mind. You can't heal your body with a mindset that's constantly at war with it. You can't build peace on a foundation of guilt. The most powerful shift you can make is moving from I have to lose weight to I want to take care of myself. That mindset transforms your choices. Suddenly, exercise becomes empowerment, not punishment. Nutrition becomes nourishment, not deprivation. And health becomes a celebration, not a chore. So forget the crash diets. Forget the false promises that tell you that your worth is tied to a number on the scale. Focus on the long game, the habits, the mindset, and the love you give yourself daily. The goal isn't to shrink yourself. The goal is to expand your life, to have the energy, the confidence, and the joy to live it fully. Every choice you make in kindness toward your body adds up to something powerful, a version of you that feels alive, confident, and free. Your body deserves that. You deserve that. Not for a month, not for a challenge, but for life. We live in a world obsessed with quick fixes. Every week, there's a new diet promising faster results, a slimmer waist, or a reset for your metabolism. But let's be honest, how many times have these promises truly lasted? Crash diets are like sprinting in a marathon. You might get a burst of momentum at first, but sooner or later, exhaustion catches up. The truth is, sustainable health is not about restriction. It's about consistency. It's not about doing everything perfectly for a few weeks. It's about doing the right things regularly for the rest of your life. When people chase rapid weight loss, they often forget what their bodies actually need to function. Crash diets drastically cut calories, strip away essential nutrients, and push your body into survival mode. Sure, the scale might drop quickly, but what's really being lost isn't just fat, it's muscle, hydration, and vitality. You might look lighter for a moment, but your energy, mood, and long-term health pay the price. And when your body feels deprived, it fights back. That's why so many people gain the weight back, and sometimes even more. The body's natural response to restriction is rebellion. Consistency, on the other hand, builds trust between you and your body. It's about showing up every day and saying, I'm here for you. It's eating in a way that feels good, not just looks good. It's learning to move your body in ways you enjoy, not because a trend told you to. but because you want to feel strong, flexible, and alive. Sustainable health happens when you stop treating wellness like a project and start treating it like a relationship. Relationships thrive on trust, patience, and effort, and so does your health. Think of consistency as the quiet power behind transformation. It doesn't shout. It doesn't demand perfection. It whispers, just do a little today. You don't need to run a marathon tomorrow. You can start with a walk today. You don't have to eliminate every unhealthy food. You can start by adding more fruits and vegetables to your meals. You don't need to have a flawless workout routine. You just need to move regularly. It's the small, steady habits, the glass of water before your coffee, the walk after dinner, the decision to cook at home instead of ordering fast food that compound into lasting results. The beauty of consistency is that it creates freedom. When your habits are steady, your health stops being a guessing game. You no longer swing between guilt and indulgence. You learn balance because your choices align with your goals naturally. You don't have to think about every calorie, every rule, or every restriction. You just live intentionally and healthily. That's when health stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like a lifestyle. Restriction, by contrast, is like trying to hold your breath underwater. It's only a matter of time before you need to come up for air. It's unsustainable because it's unnatural. Your body was not designed to survive on deprivation. It was designed to thrive on nourishment. When you restrict, you teach your body to fear scarcity. But when you stay consistent, you teach your body to trust abundance, to know that it will always be cared for. And let's be real, consistency is not glamorous. It's not a before and after photo on social media. It's the unseen effort, the daily discipline, and the quiet victories that no one else notices. It's choosing progress over perfection. It's forgiving yourself when you slip up and getting back on track without punishing yourself. It's learning that health isn't built overnight, it's built over time. When you choose consistency over restriction, you're choosing sustainability over stress, self-respect over self-punishment, and long-term health over short-term results. You're building a lifestyle that supports your goals, not just for a season, but for a lifetime. Because ultimately, the secret to maintaining a healthy weight isn't in what you cut out, it's in what you keep doing. Every consistent action, no matter how small, plants a seed. And when you keep watering those seeds with care and patience, they grow into habits that shape the healthiest, happiest version of you. That's the power of consistency. It transforms your body, your mindset, and your entire approach to well-being. It's not a diet. It's not a phase. It's a promise to yourself that you'll keep showing up every single day with compassion, commitment, and confidence. And that's what real, lasting health is made of. For too long, the idea of healthy eating has been tangled with guilt, restriction, and fear. We've been taught to label foods as good or bad, to count every calorie, and to feel ashamed when we enjoy something that isn't on a diet plan. But here's the truth, your body doesn't thrive on deprivation. It thrives on balance. Nourishment isn't about eating less, it's about eating smarter. It's about giving your body what it needs to function, flourish, and feel alive without punishing yourself in the process. When you embrace balance, you stop treating food like an enemy and start seeing it as the powerful ally it really is. Food is fuel, yes, but it's also joy, comfort, connection, and culture. It's family dinners, birthday cakes, homemade soups, and laughter around a table. Balance means honoring both the physical and emotional sides of eating. Because the goal of nourishment isn't just to stay full, it's to stay fulfilled. Deprivation, on the other hand, is a cycle of extremes. You restrict, you crave, you binge, and then you guilt yourself back into restriction. It's a painful loop that not only harms your metabolism, but also your mental and emotional well-being. The harder you try to control food, the more it controls you. You start to fear certain meals, avoid social gatherings, or obsess over every bite. But balance breaks that cycle. When you give your body consistent nourishment, it learns to trust you. It stops panicking, it stops hoarding fat, and it stops sending relentless hunger cues. Your body doesn't crave chaos, it craves care. True nourishment is built on 3 pillars: awareness, flexibility, and enjoyment. Awareness means listening to your body, really listening. Are you hungry or are you bored? Are you full or are you eating out of habit? When you slow down and pay attention to those signals, you begin to eat with intention instead of impulse. Flexibility means understanding that there's no perfect day of eating. Some days you'll have more vegetables. Other days you'll have dessert. And that's perfectly okay. Your health isn't defined by one meal. It's defined by your overall pattern. And then there's enjoyment, the most overlooked ingredient in wellness. When you allow yourself to enjoy food without shame, you create a positive relationship with it. You savor flavors, eat mindfully, and actually feel satisfied mentally and physically. That satisfaction keeps you from overeating or reaching for more, just to fill an emotional void. Balance doesn't mean eating a salad while you crave pizza. It means eating the pizza, enjoying it, and then naturally returning to your regular nourishing habits. No punishment, no guilt, just peace. Physiologically, your body responds better to balance. When you eat enough calories from a mix of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, your metabolism stays active, your hormones stay steady, and your energy stays high. When you restrict too much, everything slows down, your mood dips, your metabolism stalls, and your cravings spike. That's your body's way of saying, I need nourishment, not neglect. Long-term health depends on how well you support your body's needs, not how harshly you deny them. Mentally, balance teaches resilience. You stop fearing food and start trusting yourself. You understand that an indulgence doesn't undo your progress. It's part of a sustainable lifestyle. You no longer feel the need to start over every Monday or make up for it at the gym. You realize that one moment doesn't define your journey. What defines it is your consistency, your compassion, and your commitment to taking care of yourself without extremes. Emotionally, balance gives you freedom. Freedom from guilt, from rules, from the noise of diet culture that constantly tells you you're not enough. When you eat with balance, you start to appreciate what food does for you. You notice how nourishing meals give you energy, how hydration clears your mind, and how moderation allows you to enjoy life fully. You stop punishing your body for being human, and you start celebrating it for being strong, capable, and worthy of care. Embracing balance doesn't mean giving up discipline, it means redefining it. Discipline isn't about saying no to everything. It's about saying yes to what serves you. It's knowing when to enjoy a treat and when to fuel your body with purpose. It's being kind enough to yourself to know that you don't need perfection, you just need progress. When you honor your body with balance, you stop chasing temporary results and start building permanent health. In the end, nourishing your body through balance is an act of love. It's a daily decision to feed, fuel, and respect yourself, not to punish or shrink yourself. It's knowing that real health doesn't come from extremes, but from harmony. Because when your body feels balanced, your mind feels peaceful, and your life begins to bloom. And that, right there, is what true nourishment is all about: thriving, not just surviving. Lasting health isn't built in moments of motivation. It's built in the quiet discipline of daily habits. Diets may give you a short burst of control, but habits give you lifelong freedom. Anyone can commit to a strict plan for a few weeks, but true transformation happens when healthy choices become part of who you are, not just what you do. Building lifelong habits is the foundation of sustainable health, uncheckable confidence, and genuine well-being. It's where temporary effort evolves into permanent empowerment. Think about it. Every great achievement in life comes from consistency, not intensity. You don't learn a language by studying for 10 hours one day. You learn it by practicing every day, little by little. The same principle applies to health. You don't become strong, energetic, or confident overnight. You build it through daily actions habits that stack up over time until they become second nature. When health becomes a habit, you stop relying on willpower and start relying on rhythm. You no longer wake up thinking, I have to eat healthy today. You just do it because it's who you are now. Lifelong habits start with small, intentional changes. Instead of trying to do everything at once, cutting out sugar, hitting the gym daily, or drinking a gallon of water a day, focus on one simple action. Maybe it's committing to a morning walk, packing a homemade lunch, or drinking a glass of water before every meal. Small wins compound. They create momentum, and momentum creates mastery. The beauty of small habits is that they don't overwhelm you. They empower you. When you build slowly, you build sustainably. Habits also rewire the mind. Every time you make a healthy choice, you strengthen your identity as someone who values health. You begin to see yourself differently, not as someone trying to be healthy, but as someone who is healthy. And that shift is powerful, because when your identity changes, your behavior naturally follows. You no longer have to force yourself to go to the gym. You simply move because that's what a strong, healthy version of you does. You no longer obsess over every calorie. You nourish your body because you respect it. That's how confidence is born, not from reaching a specific number on a scale, but from keeping promises to yourself. Confidence, at its core, is self-trust. And habits build that trust. Every time you follow through, every walk, every meal, every good night's sleep, you prove to yourself that you can rely on you. Over time, that inner trust becomes uncheckable. You stop seeking validation from diets, trainers, or social media because you've already found it within yourself. You realize that your health isn't dependent on the latest trend, it's anchored in the habits you've built through consistency and care. But building lifelong habits isn't about perfection. It's about resilience. There will be days you skip the workout, nights you indulge, or moments you feel off track, and that's okay. Lifelong health isn't about never falling. It's about never staying down. Habits thrive on forgiveness. The more compassion you give yourself, the easier it is to bounce back. The goal isn't to be flawless. It's to be flexible. When you view every day as a new opportunity instead of a test, you make health feel empowering instead of exhausting. These habits also feed into emotional and mental well-being. When your daily routine supports your body, your mind follows. Exercise becomes a form of stress relief, not punishment. Eating nutritious food becomes a way to stabilize your mood, not just your weight. Rest becomes sacred instead of optional. Over time, these patterns create harmony between your body and your mind, a balance that radiates as quiet confidence. You start to carry yourself differently. You walk taller, smile more, and speak with energy. Because confidence isn't just how you look, it's how you feel in your own skin. And here's the beauty. Once your habits are established, they become effortless. You no longer have to start over every January. You're not chasing motivation anymore, you're guided by momentum. Your healthy lifestyle doesn't feel forced. It feels freeing. You're no longer surviving on discipline alone, you're thriving on alignment. You live in a way that supports your goals naturally, and that's when health becomes sustainable, joyful, and lasting. Building lifelong habits is the most powerful investment you can make, not just in your body, but in your future. It gives you the energy to chase dreams, the confidence to stand tall, and the peace of knowing you're caring for yourself in the best way possible. These habits become your legacy, the daily rituals that shape a lifetime of wellness. Because when you choose to build habits instead of chasing trends, you're not just changing your weight, you're changing your life. And that's what lasting confidence and true well-being are all about. Not a finish line, but a way of living that keeps you strong, grounded, and alive every single day. Health isn't a race, and it's certainly not a punishment. It's a relationship, a lifelong partnership between you and your body. Forget the crash diets, the fads, and the unrealistic expectations that promise instant transformation. The truth is, real wellness comes from honoring your body with consistency, nourishing it with balance, and supporting it with habits that last a lifetime. When you stop chasing perfection and start embracing progress, everything changes. The journey toward maintaining a healthy weight isn't about restriction, it's about respect. It's about waking up each day and making choices that align with how you want to feel, not just how you want to look. It's about trusting that your body knows what it needs when you learn to listen. And it's about giving yourself permission to live fully, enjoy freely, and care deeply. You deserve a lifestyle that uplifts you, not one that drains you. You deserve meals that fuel your energy, movement that strengthens your spirit, and rest that restores your mind. You deserve to feel at peace in your own skin, not someday, not after a goal weight, but right now. Because health isn't about shrinking yourself to fit someone else's idea of beauty. It's about expanding your life to its fullest potential. So choose consistency over restriction. Choose nourishment over deprivation. Choose habits over hype. Let your health journey be grounded in love, not fear and patience, not pressure. Because the real magic doesn't happen in 30 days or 8 weeks. It happens in the quiet, steady commitment to showing up for yourself every single day. That's how you build a body that's strong, a mind that's resilient, and a heart that's confident. That's how you maintain a healthy weight and, more importantly, a healthy, joyful, unstoppable you.